Hi all, welcome to Technical RPA. This video we are going to discuss about UiPath Studio. When we talk about UiPath, there is UiPath Studio, UiPath Robots, UiPath Orchestrator. Three types of components are available in UiPath. So before moving to components kind of things, now we can talk about in market level in UiPath. Actually, UiPath has now the number one in RPA world. So previously, Blue Prism, the initial stage automation anywhere for the last 2 years, Blue Prism. This year, after second quarter, from September onwards, UiPath is blooming and number one in market strategy and getting lot of awards from different RPA teams. So when we talk about UiPath, why UiPath is so important and it is so much wanted one comparing to others. UiPath has added separate Citrix automation. When we talk about UiPath, Citrix has separate automation. So think about that. You have VDI. Inside the VDI, your application has available, but in your desktop, your UiPath or else any RPA tool is available. You want to capture the data extraction. In that case, you need Citrix automation. So in RPA tools, the separate Citrix automation concept is available only in UiPath. Other tools, there is no other way. In Blue Prism, there is surface automation is available, but not 100% quality. But here they given backend as well as front-end automations in Citrix. The in the second thing is UiPath has REA framework. Here you can see Robotic Enterprise Framework. So what is the purpose of this framework? So when you talk about purpose, so suppose your bot is running on it, some unhandled exceptions has been happening. So in that case, this REA framework, how it works? So in that case, in configuration.xml, if any unhandled exceptions occurred, so in config.xml, we have the variable and we are setting that variable. I want to retry if any unhandled exceptions happen in my bot two times. I want to retry two times. So in that case, what I will do is I will set the config file as 2. So this REA framework will automatically take up these two if any error occurs and it will retry to the particular area. So this mechanism is not available. This retry transactional mechanism is not available in any other automation tools. So when you talk about a REA framework, they are given the GitHub. So you can see what is the exception and how it will work, the state machine layouts, what are all the external setting in configs, credential management and orchestrator queue and screenshot taken. And these are the processes. The first robotics tool is UiPath. And initial stage and closing all applications. These are the settings we can set at REF framework. When you see the UiPath Studio community, REF is separately available here. So it's a create a transactional business process that follows best practices for large scale deployment. So when you talk about large scale, so how it will work? Sometimes your logic or else your process has very complex and multiple level. Suppose you are working with some other journal entries. In that case, your process is more than 10 or 15 processes combined entry. So some companies has 50 journals or 100 journals are available. In that case, complex and multi-transactional process will be available. In that case, the REF framework will help us on it. So when we talk about REF, so what is the test REF? Here you can see here how REF will work. So it's loading on it. So REF framework has been started here. So when you talk about REF, here you can see start initialization, end process, get transaction data. So you can see here the main purpose of REF is initialization, exception handling, screenshot taken, extra utility workflow. So all the things you can see REF. See, this is the one initialization. Initialization, what will do? It will read the config file and initialize all the applications. If any system error comes, it end process. Otherwise, success get transaction data. All the transaction data will be run. If any error occurred, it will be go here. If something no data is available, it will go to get the data. Sorry. So in that case, we can check and run. So here we can see basic desktop, web and Citrix. These all four recordings are same in all the process components. So here you can see maybe blank. I will take one more blank. Flow test. I will create. So this is the one for blank. But previously you can see the REF has not blank. It has all the components, process workflows, inbuilt transactional workflows for handling errors. Other options are same as all. See why we go for blank. See when we talk about other than REF, blank is suppose I want to create flow. Suppose my flow is very simple. Think about that. I'm planning to automate the process which is login part. So my process is very simple. I have very less sequential orders, so I can go with flowchart. So flowchart always start with start. There is no end, but Flowchart always start with start. So in that case, suppose my flow is very complex and tedious one. So in that case, I have one more option, sequence. So we have, based on the process, UiPath given different type of charts. Suppose my process has very tedious, they given one thing. My process has very simple, they given another one flow. So in that case, UiPath given the lot of things to automate the complete process. And one more thing, if you want to record, UiPath given basic desktop. Basic and desktop given only, it's both are given for desktop or Windows applications. Web only for the internet based application. Citrix, it's specifically need for VDIs and Citrix automation. So we'll see some integration part and examples and much more learning components in our next video. Thanks guys.